First and 10, snap to Goff. It's a reverse. Williams coming to the right to the 40 and spilled by Jourdan Lewis, short of the 35-yard line.
Hey, what's up, Cowboys Nation? We got another episode of First and 10 presented by JCPenney. I'm Nicole Hutchison. We got Cowboys nickel cornerback up in the studio with us today. We got Jourdan Lewis. What's up, J. Lewis?
What's going on? How you doing, Nicole?
I'm good. Happy New Year.
Yeah,
First,
Happy New Year. Yep.
Started off with that. You have Michigan now. They're playing for a
Yep.
national championship. How exciting is that?
It's amazing. It's a great gift. Great gift they gave me for the new year. So hopefully we can get the dub, man.
Yeah, they beat Alabama in OT. I mean, were your nerves a little bad?
Oh
during that
my
game?
God, it was worse than playing.
Really?
My nerves was worse than when we played games. It was bad.
Okay, well, you had a pretty solid weekend. Detroit, the Pistons,
Absolutely.
they beat Toronto. You was lit in the locker room.
3-0. I was 3-0 the weekend.
Yeah, you were. And you guys got the win over the Lions. You had your first pick of the 2023 season, but second against Detroit, the last one in 2022. Just talk about what is that extra little motivation that we get to see out of J. Lou when you play Detroit?
It just feels good, you know, especially coming back from, you know, what I came back from last year. Just like a little revelation to, you know, like a full circle moment that you know we can all enjoy as a team. And I mean, it was a really big win for us, number one. And that was a really good team that we played, and I was just glad that I played so well.
Last year, career-threatening injury, foot injury. This year, you come back and you're healthy and you get a pick. But take me back to that moment last year. How was that moment for you?
I mean, I was so happy, man. I got the interception, and then I got up, and I'm like, what's wrong with my foot? So I'm thinking like it's like an ankle sprain or something like that. I'm trying to walk on it.
Yeah.
I can't even put pressure on it. And I looked down and I said, oh man, that's not good. It's not good. So I was just like, man, this could be something serious. And we got back to the locker room and they told me like, yeah, this is season ending. So we didn't know how severe it was until we got to the ER, and they told us like we got to have surgery right away.
I looked at the play, but it was kind of hard to tell exactly what happened. Yeah. But then I was reading like the reports and stuff, and one said that it was pretty much the same as like a highway collision, how serious the injury was.
Yeah.
And how,
all that.
yeah,
I'm still here. I'm blessed to still be here.
You're blessed to still be here. Yeah. But I was just looking at the comparisons of how serious the injury was. And I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I didn't know how severe it was until like after like surgery, and then we had to do rehab and stuff like that, and they was telling me like this is gonna be a big deal, and then like the coaches was like, yeah, like how, you know what I'm saying, this you know what I'm saying, I'm just like, why is everybody just like, I wouldn't say pampering me, but it was like cautious, like to, you know, really speak on it and, you know, like talk to me about the situation. So I'm just like, I didn't know until that point, like this is like a real big deal.
How difficult or how challenging was that experience for you? Because I mean, of course, a lot of athletes don't want to ever experience something like that.
I mean, it was definitely it was a lot. It was a lot I had to go through. I mean, it was more so like just the pain of it. I mean, on the front end of it, just, you know, just waking up every day and just, you know, just that agonizing pain, man. Just getting up and knowing you can't move, you can barely go to the bathroom. Like that was like the real struggle.
How did you manage to stay fighting? What kept you so positive?
I mean, I love the game of football. I had stuff to prove, you know. I wanted to prove that, you know, I was one of the best nickels in the game, and I got that pick. I had to, you know, that burden off my back, and then I got hurt. So I mean, I think I was playing pretty well. I mean, our coach, Joe Witt, told me that I was playing some of the best ball I've had. You know, I didn't have it stat-wise, but, you know, I was, you know, doing really good.
Speaking of Joe Witt, you had Al Harris and DQ come to your front door.
Yeah, Cannon Matthews, everybody came.
You had the whole crew.
The whole crew came. Yeah.
What did that mean, and how important was that for your recovery?
I mean, it meant a lot, because I mean that means I was still a part of, you know, of the secondary, you know, a part of the defense, and they were thinking about me, you know, along the way, because I mean they were on a playoff push. So I mean, to come to my house on like a Wednesday or something like that, I don't even know what that was. Yeah, it was just, and I was out of it. I was completely out of it. And to come to my front door, you know, just give me words of, you know, encouragement, and, you know, say I'm still there, you know, in spirit. You know, it felt amazing. It felt really good.
That's dope. That's dope. And Britt Brown, I read where he had kind of mentioned, let me read this exactly word for word, probably a lot of guys who wouldn't come back from that experience, but I knew Jourdan Lewis would.
Yeah, he gonna make me cry. That's my guy. That's my guy for sure. I mean, Britt been my guy since I got, you know, since I've been drafted. So I mean, I had a hamstring tear. So in my rookie year, and then I was with him all the training camp. So I mean, we built a rapport there, and ever since then, you know, we've been real tight. You know, and he really saw like the fighter that I was, and he knew like, you know, we was gonna get it done. So I mean, he had my back from the very beginning, and he pushed me. You know, it wasn't never a time where he was just like, we gonna, you know, just relax on this. Like he was pushing it. You know.
Where does that fight and that chip on your shoulder come from?
I mean, I was always the small guy. You know, I was always the smaller guy, the overlooked guy, and I always had to work hard to, you know, be in a position to be considered, you know, one of the best. When I was a little league, you know, I had to be one of the, you know, I had to do extra. You had to run track and things like that to get my position to be one of the guys that they depended on to play. High school, when I was getting recruited and stuff like that, I had to run around all the different camps and improve myself that, you know, I was one of the guys, and I couldn't just sit back and just, you know, oh, I'm 6'2", or, you know, and just accumulate all these offers. I had to go out there and get in front of coaches and, you know, and show them. So, I mean, it's the same thing in the league. You know, I had to go out there and prove myself to these guys and to show them that I belong here. Being
not that typical prototype of a corner, how did you manage that adversity? Because it kind of negated some of your playing time. So how did you kind of manage that?
Just remember who I was. You know, just remember what I did to, you know, to get at that position, and just go out there and work. Honestly, work my tail off, and know that I was talented enough to be in this league.
How much has facing all of that adversity helped shape who J. Lew is today as a player?
I mean, not even just a player, as a person. Honestly, it definitely helps to go through things like that, and especially when you can go through it and you know you can thrive through it. You know, so like a lot of times people just, you know, just go through the motions and just let things happen. It's just, you know, that's a character thing to me. Whereas I'm like, I'm not gonna let that, you know, define me. I'm not gonna let any moment define me. So either good or bad, you know, I took that with stride and saying like, I'm gonna take this next opportunity to be the best I can be. So, I mean, it definitely made me a better player, but it definitely changed my life as a person, because, you know, it changed my habits, it changed the way I live life, it changed, you know, the way I think about life.
Let's take you back in time a little bit. Baby J. Lew or younger J. Lew. What was it like growing up in Detroit?
I mean, it was fun. It was fun. It was fun, because like when you in it, you don't know how bad it can be. But once you out of it, it's like, oh my God, how did I do all of this? But it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was a lot of, I had a tight-knit community, my friends, my family. I mean, it was a lot of fun. We did everything together, and we had each other's back, and I really was just concentrating on, you know, my goals, honestly. Since I was a little kid, I was always concentrating on sports, and, you know, just that being my outlet to, you know, express myself, and I really just honed in on that. So, I mean, I really didn't think about like the exterior, like things and like the environment around me. I mean, my mother and my sister sacrificed a lot, you know, and going to different places, going to play football from other side of the town and stuff like that, and we waiting in the car until practice starts. So they helped me a lot to stay focused.
How much has that kind of helped you thrive to be an example and set an example for guys and for kids growing up in Detroit?
I mean, it's everything. I mean, my foundation, Jourdan Lewis Foundation, is predicated on, you know, student athletes that were just like me. So, I mean, that's something I take near and dear to my heart. And it's just, I really focus on, you know, giving back to, you know, to my community, because I didn't have that. I want to be the person to, you know, to give that back to the kids and give them inspiration. Not just inspiration, but a way out, you know, a source or resource to be a person to help them in any facet of their life. So, I mean, it meant a lot for me, you know, and that's another thing that, you know, inspires me to do more things, you know, in this football career. I mean, this football journey, because I want to, you know, I want to shine light on the kids in Detroit and give them another opportunity to, you know, do the things they want to do.
Changing the world, little steps at a time.
Just a little, just a little bit, exactly.
I also saw a picture. I have to pull my phone out. Typically, I don't do this because, of course, you can't do this on interviews. But, and I saw this picture of you and your family, your daughter and your wife. And the caption was, "You want to change the world, start with your family." Why is that important to you?
So honestly, you can't really change anything until you change the way you treat the people you love and the things that you love, honestly, because I mean, if you treat that with,
Yeah.
respect, if you treat that with, the highest regards, then you can go out in the community and you can, outreach things like that. So, I mean, you have to have a stable, foundation first. You have to control what you can control, and that's really what it is. Like, I'm doing my part for, my family, and then that can inspire them to go, do different things. So you can't, you can't really focus when your house is in disarray, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make sure my house was,
See, all right, see, these
Yeah,
take
yeah.
notes. Listen, listen
Come on,
to
man.
Jourdan Lewis.
Come
Come
on,
on,
man.
preach.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we got the fun part. It's called Final Drive. I'm gonna go ahead and spitfire some questions.
Okay.
All right, bet. Let's do it. If you had oh yeah, sorry, I have to do a little disclaimer for this one because a lot of people wanted me to ask you this.
Okay.
If you had a boat, what would you name it?
Oh, I know exactly. I put Big Sheila.
No.
Is it Sheila? What was it?
I thought it was Big Shirley. That's what they said.
It was a Big Shirley? It was Big Shirley. It was probably Big Shirley or Sheila something. Shirley. It was Shirley. It was Shirley. Big Shirley.
That's what they said.
Big
Like,
Shirley.
ask him this.
Big
Like
Shirley.
that.
It was Nick. That was Nick.
Why Big Shirley?
I don't know. First thing came in my mind. I have no idea.
Okay, do you own a boat yet?
No, I don't.
Okay.
That was expensive. That was
Yeah.
too much.
Too much.
Hidden fees all over the place. They're terrible.
All right. All right. If you had to watch any TV show for the rest of your life, what would it be?
The Boondocks?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe watch like one episode. Maybe.
What?
I know. I'm sorry. I was more of like a That's So Raven type of person or Martin.
I watched both of them, but like Boondocks, you can. It's
a classic, I know.
Yeah, come on.
I gotta do better. I'm
That's
sorry.
hilarious, yeah.
My bad. Favorite thing about growing up in Detroit?
My family, honestly.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah.
That's a good one. Out of Detroit or Dallas, who has the better food?
I can't answer that.
You can't. It's not a trick question.
I know it's not a trick question. Man, actually it is.
Really?
I got a lot of people back home that's already mad at me, so I can't answer that.
Okay, yeah, we're not
gonna
gonna make them
I
mad.
can't answer that one.
Your superpower is to be invincible or flying. If you had to choose one, which would it be?
Invincible is kind of weird though. Like
Yeah.
that's a weird. You gotta be. If you want to be invincible, like that's like a criminal.
Yeah.
Like superpower. You want to be invincible. If
I
you
thought
think
about
about that, yeah, like that's sneaky. That's a sneaky superpower.
So
Like,
you're going with flying.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with flying.
Alright. What kind of animal is your spirit animal?
Ooh. A pit bull, cause I'm a DMX fan.
Pit bull.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
DMX's
That's a good
spirit
one.
animal.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a
You
good
know what
one.
I'm saying?
A song that you would play when you walk in.
When I walk in,
Mm-hmm.
V's. It's not a fire drill. This is not a fire drill. You heard that before? You never heard that before?
Nope.
Cause when I walk in, it's not a fire drill.
Okay. Oh,
Like
I'm
that.
getting
Yeah.
it now.
Get it?
Get your
All right,
drift.
Yep.
All right. What piece of advice would you tell baby Jourdan Lewis?
Oh. Just keep believing, honestly. That's it. Just keep believing.
Keep believing. All right. If someone wrote a book about you, what would they name it? Got some good ones.
God,
yeah.
you got some meat.
Let's
Oh,
go.
man, let me see. It doesn't matter.
So elaborate on that, because I feel like you're going with it doesn't matter what you face, what kind of
exactly.
adversity comes
Exactly.
your way.
It doesn't matter.
Got this.
It doesn't matter.
I like that. It doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter that we had J. Lou on this.
Appreciate it.
on
Damn,
this
that's a
episode.
segue. Woo, wee. That's hard.
It matters that
That's
we
hard.
had J. Lou on this segment because it was dope. Thank you so much, Jourdan Lewis. But that's a wrap for First and 10 presented by JCPenney. We'll see you. Well, this is the wrap for this season. We'll see y'all next year.
Right.